Hi, this is Joyce Farrell. Let's take a closer look at two-dimensional arrays. A two-dimensional array is a structure in computer memory. You can picture it as a table or a grid with both rows and columns. You can access an element in a two-dimensional array by using two subscripts. The first one always specifies the row, and the second one always specifies the column. For example, suppose you have a resort and you want to assign different daily rates based on how many guests are in a room after the first one and how many meals per day the guests want included in their price. You might set up a table like this, and you can see that each row indicates whether there are 0, 1, or 2 additional guests in a room, and each column indicates how many meals the guests want included per day. For example, in a room where there are no additional guests and no meals included, the rate is $100 per day. Or in a room where there's one additional guest and they want 3 meals a day, the rate is $280. Here's how you'd set up the array in memory. You'd give the array a data type, in this case it's num, and a name, in this case it's price, and you'd indicate the number of rows and columns in the array, in this case 3 rows and 4 columns. Then, one by one, going across the rows, you populate the array with the values that you want stored there. Then you might use the array in a program. For example, you might declare variables to hold guests and meals. You might prompt the user how many guests will stay in your room, and input that value, and let's just say the user types in a 1. Then you might prompt how many meals do you want, and let's input the meals and assume the user types a 3, and then you could output price with the two subscripts guests and meals. If guests are 1 and meals are 3, you would access $280 and output $280. Let's take a closer look at how the computer calculates the position in the array. Every position in the array has a memory address that's consecutively offset from the original address of the array. In other words, row 0, column 0 is 0 elements away from the beginning of the array, and row 0, column 1 is 1 element away from the beginning of the array, and so on. When you access an element such as price 1, 3, the computer knows that each row has 4 elements in it, so it calculates the subscript, in this case as 1 times 4, because there's 4 elements in a row, plus 3 more. That's the same as location 7, and that's the $280. That's a closer look at two-dimensional arrays. Thanks for watching.